Hello, YouTube. Finally, I'm back after what seems like ages. I think it's about a month or so, is it? Anyway, today's video is a sort of combined video. It is my ranking of all 25 official Eon-produced James Bond films, from worst to best, so from 25 through to number 1, as is traditional worst to best. But at the same time, I'm going to be showing off, as I rank each film, appropriately will show off my VHS, Special Edition DVD and Ultimate Edition DVD copies of each film, where applicable. So, to start off with number 25, the one that I think is the, just let me get ready here, worst James Bond movie, and the one that I have seen probably the least amount of times because of this, and that is Diamonds Are Forever. Sean Connery's sixth and final official film. That's the front of the VHS, there's the spine of the VHS, and there's the back. And just because I can, there's the VHS itself. So that's the VHS copy, and then we have the special edition DVD. It actually has exactly the same artwork. There's the VHS, there's the spine, there's the back, and then we have the Ultimate Edition DVD. Now, my main reasons for this one being at the bottom is because it's not great. It's the poorest of Connery's 6 films. It's very convoluted, very over the top. There are certain scenes missing that would make it make more sense, and basically Sean Connery, from, you can go and find this for yourself in bits of interviews he did around the time of this film, he literally admits he only came back to do this film for the money, and that's it. He didn't come back out of any kind of love of the character or the franchise, or any kind of sense of admiration for any of the crew or anything. He came back to do it purely because he wanted the money. That's it, really. So that's number 25. Number 24. It's another Connery film. You Only Live Twice. There's the VHS. Of You Only Live Twice. Shall I show you the... Yeah. And then we have the special edition DVD. And these special edition ones were the ones that had menus that were specifically themed to the film. Yep, hold on. And then finally, the Ultimate Edition DVD for You Only Live Twice. You're probably wondering why I've got this one solo, number 24. Again, it's one of those Connery films where I would easily take nearly all of Connery's other films, pretty much all of Connery's other films above this or Diamonds, because the only reason this gets, manages to peak one spot, rather than coming one, I'm going to try that again. The only reason this one managed to come in position 24 instead of 25 is because I like Donald Pleasance's Blofeld. But other than that, Connery in this one, you can tell he's phoning in the performance because he knows it's going to be, he knew he wanted that to be his last one, so he phoned it in, he was tired, and it shows. Alright, number 23 is a Roger Moore film. No, not that. And it is this one, A View to a Kill. The reason for this being here, it's the VHS, the reason for this being at number 23 is because it is so absolutely bat crazy that it's just and all over the place that it is hard to follow sometimes, and also due to the fact that, it's not me being ageist, but at 58 years of age, Roger Moore was just slightly the wrong side of 40. Really, he was just slightly too old to be playing Bond at that age. That was the VHS. The special edition DVD, again same box art, just that's gold now instead of white. So it's white on the side, so there's no back to the VHS. And there's the back. And then the Ultimate Edition DVD. And I've already explained why it's there. Because again, more was slightly tortured in the role, and also it's just so batshit crazy of a film that it's hard to follow sometimes. So that's why it's there. And again, remember, this ranking isn't the right list or the definitive list. It's just my personal opinion. So having said that, moving on to number 22. May get some heat for this one. I'm not sure. Number 22 is, starting with the VHS, Tomorrow Never Dies. Pierce Brosnan's second Bond film. Why is this here? This is here mainly because, now, although I like Jonathan Pryce in the role of Elliot Carver in this film, everything else is just a little bit, I don't know, it's just a little bit vanilla. A lot of people love this one, I know, but for me, it's just a little bit vanilla. It's a little bit trying too hard. There's the... Oh, I've gone in the wrong order. Hold on. Sorry. There's the special edition DVD, which again has the same artwork as the VHS. I am so sorry. I blew a boob. And there's the Ultimate Edition DVD for Tomorrow Never Dies. Now, so there are some parts of this one that I like, but again, I would pretty much take any of Brosnan's other films above Tomorrow Never Dies, because for me it's just not... I mean, I'll watch it if I'm doing a whole Bondathon like I am at the moment. I'm currently up to Thunderball. But, you know, if I'm looking for a Bond film to just sit and put on and have a good time, or just sit and watch and just sort of pass my time, I may go to Tomorrow Never Dies, but 9 times out of every 10 I'd go for a different one. Right, so that was number 22. Number 21. Now this is one where I think I really am going to get quite a bit of heat for this. But number 21 is The Spy Who Loved Me. Yes, The Spy Who Loved Me. What many people think of as Roger Moore's definitive Bond film. I think of it as the film where Jaws came into it. So, and of course, I think of it as the film with the first one with Jaws and the film with the submarine Lotus. But other than that, I also think of it as probably Roger Moore's slowest Bond film. His most serious, which isn't a bad thing. But also, I like a nice, fun, you know, sort of easygoing Bond film. This tries to be too serious and just misses the mark, unfortunately. So, that's the VHS for The Spy Who Loves Me. Then I've got... Where is it? I'm looking at the wrong one again. Then I've got the special edition DVD for The Spy Who Loved Me. The Spy Who Loved Me. And then I've got, somewhere in here, I've got the Ultimate Edition DVD for The Spy Who Loved Me. So I've just cited my reasons for why I put it at number 21. I may get some heat for it, but again, this isn't the right list or the definitive list. It's just my list. And here's another one where I think this may end up sort of this may end with me getting my Bond fan card revoked, if you will. But number 20. GoldenEye. Pierce Brosnan's very first Bond film, and one that a lot of people cite as a perfect film, and one that a lot of people would put very high on their list. They probably put it at number 1 or very high, top 10 at least. Not for me. For me, GoldenEye is just slightly overrated. Don't hate me for saying that. That's just my opinion. And opinions are like bumholes. Everyone has one and they stink. But generally, it's just a tiny bit overrated, or has become so in recent years, and also suffers from what I like to call too many villains spoil the film. As in, this film would have been better if it just had the 2 villains in it. Trevelyan, and then Boris is his dumb-headed right-hand man. That's perfect. But as soon as you add in villains like, I think it's General Oromov is the other one, and Xenia on top, now you've over-egged the pudding. You've over-egged the pudding, you've over-egged the custard, you've just overdone it completely. So, yeah. Then we have the special edition DVD for GoldenEye. GoldenEye. I'll get there. Sorry. I should point out my special edition DVD set. My special edition DVDs for Bond are in the tin, on the collector's tin, so it's a bit hard to get them in and out sometimes. But Ultimate Edition DVD, GoldenEye. There it is. I will watch GoldenEye, but it's just those are my opinions on it, and that's why I rank it where I rank it. That's why I love these lists. That's what I love about Bond rankings. Every Bond fan has a different. Every Bond fan's list is different. So, right, number 19. I've got a License to Kill. License to Kill. Timothy Dalton's second and final Bond film, and yeah, it was originally going to. Fun fact: this film was originally going to be called. If you watch behind the scenes documentary on the DVDs, you'll discover that this film was originally going to be called License Revoked. However, the producers of the Bond films didn't think that many people they didn't think that people in America would actually understand what the word revoked meant, even though that couldn't be further from the truth. Of course, they get it; they just look it up, and so they decided to call it License to Kill. That's still, yep, that's the VHS. The reason I'm showing you the VHSs and I'm not showing you the DVDs is because, well, you know what a DVD disc looks like, but there are some people out there who may not know what a VHS, well, pretty much everyone knows what a VHS looks like, but I just think it's more exciting to see a VHS tape than a DVD disc. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Then we've got the special edition DVD for License to Kill. I love having all of them. I was able to get all of these in the tin as well. I got a license to kill. Also, the villain in License to Kill is he's a bit over the top. You know, I want you to understand this is nothing personal. It is just, as you're saying, business. I mean, he's played brilliant. Robert Darby does a brilliant job. It's just, yeah. He's a bit in your face as a villain. I got a license to kill. Okay, I'm going to stop singing the theme song now. Okay, so that's License to Kill number 19. Number 18. Oh, yes. Number 18. And I think many people are going to be surprised that this wasn't perhaps lower. But number 18 is... And he strikes like Thunderball. Thunderball, Connery's fourth film. And the reason for this being here is because, well, again, there are so many other Bond films I would take above this, and also, again, you could tell by the time we got to this one that Connery was starting to get tired of the role, and he just wanted to leave. And also, the underwater stuff, it's not me talking about, this is me being absolutely genuine. The underwater stuff is a tiny bit slow paced. If that had been slightly faster, which you can't really do slightly faster, if it had been slightly faster paced, which is, I'd say you could do that with underwater stuff, but you see what I mean. So that's the VHS for Thunderball. Then we have the special edition DVD. Again, exactly the same cover art as the VHS. That's the wrong side. You fixed it. And then we have the Ultimate Edition DVD for Thunderball. Okay, that's Thunderball. That's number 18. Moving on to number 17 is We Have All the Time in the World on Her Majesty's Secret Service. That's never happened to the other fellow. That's one of the reasons this film is here. That line. Because that line, even though it was supposed to be like a throwaway joke at the beginning, the reason it was put into the script, it was put into the script as a throwaway joke at the beginning to kind of, for a way to, lazy me to sort of have a bit of a tongue-in-cheek reference, you know, it's a tongue-in-cheek reference to Sean Connery. But people then suddenly latch onto that as, oh, the codename theory is real. No, it isn't. So this is the VHS for Her Majesty's Secret Service, with George there on the side. Of course, the story behind how George Lazenby actually got the role is fascinating because he was a model. He wasn't an actor. He'd never acted a day in his life. Suddenly he's James Bond. Apparently, one of the reasons for him leaving after that one film was because there was so much trouble on set. That's the wrong one again. I'm sorry. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Here it is. The special edition DVD for On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which again, Uses the VHS cover art. Especially the Ultimate Edition DVD, I beg pardon. So, yeah. Also, just go on to the one again quickly. Joanna Lumley was in that film, but she wasn't on screen. I think she should have had more on screen time. She should have been like a kind of a secondary Bond girl alongside Diana Rigg. Just saying, should have at least had a bedroom scene with Bond. Just saying. Number 16. And again, this one people might be going, well, why is this so low? Again, my list. From Russia. That's right. Did we just do number... Yeah, it's number 16. From Russia, with love I fly to you. From Russia with Love. One that a lot of people rate very highly. Me, not so much. Because, and this is me being absolutely true, it's just so damn slow. I like it, and whenever I'm doing a full Bondathon, I will watch it. Also, as I have for this, my recent Bondathon. And 9 times out of 10, now I've got it, I will pick the VHS to watch it on. But it's just so damn slow. It was a little bit, you know, quicker paced. Not that one yet. Special edition DVD first, Jamie, get it right. Again, uses exactly the same cover, exactly the same artwork as the VHS. And then the Ultimate Edition DVD actually uses a slightly different shot of Sean. If you look, you can see the shot of Sean is slightly different between the two. So, just thought I'd point that out. On some occasions they do that. Okay, From Russia with Love. So number 16. Number 15. This one is low. The reason this one's this low is because I do enjoy this film, but there are still other Bond films I would take above it, and also, again, it goes far too over the top with this actor. It's on an all. Instead of being at an all-time high, it's at an all-time middling. At an all-time high, or an all-time high, whatever. Octopussy. I can't do that. I love Louis Jourdan, but I can't do that. So as he can. So this is the VHS for Octopussy. No, when you pull these VHSs together, it does form a picture. Which is why they look so weird on the spines. Yep, and then. So the reason why I say I think it goes a bit over the top, he says, as he finds the special edition DVD. Here it is. Well, actually, this is one of the first one that has totally different cover art. It's not the same art. They've been following the bitches so carefully, but not this one apparently. There you go. It's because the fact that A, Bond dresses up like a clown. What the B, Stephen Burkoff. A lot of people cite him as one of the standouts in this film. He's a bit over the top. It's just a bit too over the top for me. Louis Jourdan is probably the best. Louis Jourdan and Roger Moore are probably the best things about this film. So, oh, yep, spine, the back. That's the special edition DVD. There's the Ultimate Edition DVD. With Roger and then Maud Adams in the back. Of course, this was her second Bond film. She first appeared in another one that will appear a little bit later on. Okay, number 14 is another Roger Moore film. Live and Let Die. Here's Live and Let Die, his first Bond film. Why? Well, basically, it has to do with the voodoo element to the film. It is not something I'm keen on, because it kind of goes into the fantasy realm too far. I know Bond are supposed to be fantasy adventure films, but the whole voodoo thing... And now, obviously, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot when I put with a certain film that I have later on, much higher up later on of Roger Moore, but this one leans into the voodoo a little bit too much, and also I'm not a big fan of Baron Samedi. He creeped me out a lot as a kid, and so I have a bit of a grudge against him. And yeah, but Live and Let Die is here, and also the pacing of this film is a little bit all over the place. And also, one of the things that's always baffled me about this one is the death of the villain at the end, being blown up. Anyhow, special edition DVD for Live and Let Die is there, and again that is basically the same shot as you get on the VHS, except I think Baron Samedi has shifted places in the image, but I'm pretty sure he has. Should we have a look? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in a different spot. He's on the other side, but yeah. Ultimate Edition DVD for Live and Let Die. A lot of people are like, why do you need those? Well, because I do need both. That's it. Oh, yeah, that's the right thing. Okay, number 13. Now, this is another one that I put in this position because I think that in recent years it's become a little bit overrated. But it's not only that, it's also because this film again has a bit of a slower pace to it. Many people are going to go, when you see it. But let me just, now again, VHS isn't going to be applicable here. I'm going to have to go straight to the DVD. The coldest blood runs through my veins, and you know my name. Casino Royale is at number 13. Why? Like I just said, I think it's become slightly overrated in recent years. It's got a pacing that's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's, yeah, people just think of this as a flawless film, and but like God, no, it's not. The pacing is all over the place. I'm trying to think of other things to say here, really, other than just, yeah, it's a little bit overrated. The pacing's all over the place. Le Chiffre is not my favourite. Le Chiffre, even though he's a good villain, is not my favourite, and because he's just, his eye thing is too much like the. Basically, his eye thing. The thing with Le Chiffre's eye is too much for me. Is too close to. It's too much of a resemblance to Donald Pleasance's Blofeld in You Only Live Twice. So that's another thing, and just that whole joke about the world's gonna know you died scratching my balls. That's a bit bottom of the barrel for James Bond. So yes, Casino Royale, number 13. Number 12. For your eyes only can see me through the night. Number 12 is For Your Eyes Only. Why? Because I like this film. It's a good, fun Bond film. It's the pacing is pretty consistent. It's a good, fun Bond film. I like the Bond girl. I believe Christatos was the villain in this one. Yeah. And also, this was the one that brought Bond back down to earth after he went up. But after what happened in the previous film, as I'll discuss later on when I get there. So that's the VHS for Your Eyes Only. We then have, not that one, Jamie. I keep cocking up. We then have the Ultimate Edition DVD, which again has pretty much the same image as the VHS artwork. And then there's the Ultimate Edition DVD, which is the pair of legs and Bond, and also, is it me or is that car the wrong colour? Can't remember. Shows how long it's been since I watched this one, but yeah. This is number 12. Number 11. This one I put here because A, I take over its immediate predecessor, and B, it's just outside the top 10. It's because all the films that are in the top 10, I would take over this film pretty much any day of the living week. Whoa, the living daylights. And also, I don't think I've ever seen this film this high on anybody else's list. I want to show it some love. But also because I genuinely like this film. One of my favourite scenes in this film is when Bond and, is it Carla or Cara? Hold on. Anyway, the Bond girl, I think it's Cara. Bond girl. They're coming down the ski slope thing on the cello, and Bond hands her the pass. And first of all, the cello gets a bullet shot straight through, and Bond just looks at him and goes, "Sorry." He goes, "Sorry, sorry." Like that, it's like, "Pling, sorry, sorry." And then he hands her the passport and goes, "Here." They come up to the border, and he goes, passes his hand to the passport and goes, "Here, wave this." And as they go through, Bond shouts, "We've nothing to declare." To which Carla shouts back, "Just the cello." Love that bit. So, yeah, also, John Rhys Davies is in this film. And I love that for it as well. Yeah, Timothy Dalton on the spine there. There's your VHS. And then special edition DVD for The Living Daylights. And the Ultimate Edition DVD for The Living Daylights. Okay, so that was number 11. So now we're into the top 10. And the top 10 begins with, "He's got a powerful weapon. He charges 1,000,000 a shot. An assassin who's second to none. The man with the golden gun." Number 10, The Man with the Golden Gun. And I can now already sense every single one of you out there, Bond fan out there, watching this going, wait a minute, there's one film he hasn't mentioned yet, which should have been really, really low. If this is down to number 10, means it's going to be really, really high. Don't worry, that film is coming. And probably not where I'm expecting it to be. So The Man with the Golden Gun. I love this. This is probably my second favourite Roger Moore film, which is why it's this high up. And I also love it because I love it because it's got Christopher Lee in it. Scaramanga, I love that. I love, I think it's Brea Eklund is the Bond girl in this one, isn't it? Yeah, Brea Eklund, I love her. I love Roger Moore in this film. It's just a great fun time, and I love it. So that's the VHS. Then we have the special edition DVD somewhere there. Oh, again, totally different artwork. How'd you like that? And then the Ultimate Edition DVD of The Man with the Golden Gun, and there's Christopher Lee. The late great Christopher Lee. Just to think, that is a haunting image, hasn't it? Now that both of those great gentlemen have passed on. Number 9, Goldfinger. He's the man with the Midas touch. Goldfinger. This is actually my second favourite Connery film. After, if you've been paying any attention, if you've been trying to know which Connery film is left, and that does come soon, I promise you, and that is my favourite one, but this is my second favourite. You've got to love Goldfinger. It's, a brilliant film, and that's why it's ranked so high. I can't say a bad word about it. And one of my favourite facts about Goldfinger is that, so push that down to go for the special edition DVD, that Howard Sakata, who played Oddjob, his shadow you can see in the background here, during the filming of the scenes in Fort Knox, where he holds on, where Oddjob holds on to the bars of the sort of the bullion cage thing in Fort Knox, and Bond hits the electric cord and it goes and it electrifies Oddjob. During the filming of that scene, something went a bit wrong, and Howard Sakata ended up getting burned, pretty nasty burns on his hands, but he held on, and so this was happening, and they were actually shooting this bit as it was happening, and then finally Guy Hamilton goes, "Cut!" And Harold Sakata goes over to him and goes, "Oh, my hands really hurt." And he takes one of them and goes, and Guy Hamilton sort of spoke in the behind the scenes documentary about how he looked at Harold Sakata's hands and went, "Why didn't you say anything?" I said, "Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you shout cut or scream?" And Harold Sakata literally looked him Guy Hamilton dead in the eyes and said, "Well, Guy, I didn't hear you say cut, so I just hung on in there." If that's not bravery and dedication to your art, I don't know what is. I'm going to point out that guy was a professional wrestler as well. And then the Ultimate Edition DVD for Goldfinger. Okay, so that was number 9. Number 8. The world is not enough, but it's the perfect place to start, my love. The world is not enough. This is my, just keeping an eye on here now, this is my second favourite Pierce Brosnan film, because there's only one Pierce Brosnan film left, and it is coming up very soon. I can feel every Bond fan out there worrying. I can also feel my Bond fan status card being revoked very quickly. There's the VHS. The world is not enough. The special edition. Special edition DVD for The World Is Not Enough. I just love this film. I love the fact that you sort of spend a good chunk of the film thinking that Renard is the main villain, only for them to do that great big twist at the end. And I realised actually no, the whole time it's been Elektra has been the main villain, putting the strings the whole time. Love that. And to this day, Elektra remains as far as I'm aware, Elektra remains the only female main Bond villain. So, well done, Sophie Marceau. You still remain the only female main villain in a Bond movie. So that's The World Is Not Enough. Number 7. Tree blind mice in the road, tree blind mice, there they go. Underneath the mango tree, me honey, and we can watch for the moon. Underneath the mango tree, me honey, and we make boobaloo soon. Yes, number 7 is Dr. No, my favourite Sean Connery film, and one that I bet a lot of fans are surprised to see this high. I love this film. It's the film that started it all. It was the film that introduced the world to James Bond. Obviously not me, because this film came out in 1962 and I wasn't born until 1993. But yeah, I love this film. Yeah, okay, there aren't many action scenes in it, but it does sort of show Bond doing more of what a spy tends to do, investigate things. Oh, that's the wrong one. There's the special edition DVD of Dr. No. And the Ultimate Edition DVD. So that's Dr. No in at number 7. Number 6. This is where I start getting into trouble. Number 6. As the Moonraker goes. Moonraker, my favourite of the Roger Moore films, and also rather like the far more famous Bond tuber, James Bond YouTube channel runner Calvin Dyson. We have one thing in common. Moonraker was the first Bond film we both saw. It's actually my step-grandfather, with whom I used to live, that introduced me to Bond. So, yeah. But this was the first film he showed me, because at the time, I was, and still to this day, I'm a mad, keen Star Wars fan. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And so he thought this would be the best way to hook me into Bond, and he was right. So, that's why it's ranked so highly. That's the VHS for Moonraker. Let's get that out and ready. Then we have the special edition DVD for Moonraker. And then we have the Ultimate Edition DVD for Moonraker. Right, where are we now? Okay, I just need to do something on my phone quickly, because I'm going to need it. That's terrible. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, that'll do. Right, set that up for in a minute. So I had to set up an image for in a minute because there's one film I don't have the physical copy to show you. So I need to get an image up. I needed to get an image up on my phone to show you. So what did we just do? We just did Moonraker, didn't we? So number 5. Oh, here it is. Number 5 is. I'm trying to remember the theme song. The writings on the wall. It's terrible, but yes, Spectre. I love this film. But it has my favourite Blofeld in it, Christoph Waltz, or Waltzfeld. I love the plot of this film. And do you know what? I think the whole thing of Bond and Blofeld being sort of estranged adopted brothers is really quite a clever little twist. I think it's a very clever twist. And a lot of people dog on this film for that, but it's been blown up out of all proportion. So, yeah, Spectre comes in at number 5. In at number 4, when the sky falls, when it crumbles, we will stand tall and face it all together at Skyfall. Skyfall, again, another film I love. Yep. Skyfall. Not anything bad to say about it, it's a very good film. That was number 4. Number 3. This is going to be another one that people are shocked to see quite this high. I think it's Another Way to Die. It's the theme tune. Anyway, Quantum of Solace. I love this film. It's actually my second favourite of the Daniel Craig films. With my favourite Daniel Craig film being the only one I don't actually have. So, Quantum of Solace. I don't have a bad thing to say about this film. I love it. So that brings us down to 2 more left. If you're keeping track, you'll know what they are. Now, one of the 2 that's left, I can hear pretty much every other Bond fan out there screaming, how the hell has he got that one so high? Why wasn't it like right down at the bottom, or somewhere in the bottom 5, or whatever? It's not your list, it's my list. So basically, one of these films, I'm kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't. I'm doomed no matter where I put it, basically. And so number 2 is No Time to Die. That's why I was looking at the image for on my phone. No Time to Die is my number 2 pick in this ranking because I'll get rid of that now. Because I just love that film, and I think the ending was very brave and very gutsy of the producers to go, you know what? Let's kill Bond off. Sorry, spoiler alert. Let's kill off Bond. Let's just take James Bond and kill him. Very gutsy, very brave, very ballsy. I loved that ending. I remember I actually went to see it before my sister did. And I remember coming home that night after seeing it and saying to my sister, because she was going the next day, I remember saying to her, when you go to see No Time to Die tomorrow, just prepare yourself for a shock. I'm not going to say more than that. Just prepare yourself for a massive shock at the end. She came home in tears. They killed off Daniel Craig. I was like, you do realise he didn't actually die, right? They only killed off James Bond. Daniel Craig is still alive and well. Anyway, so, if you've been paying attention and keeping track, that means that my number 1 all-time favourite Bond film, as of right now, this is perfectly true. Well, I guess I'll die another day. There's so much more to know. I guess I'll find another way to go. Yes, Die Another Day. It's my number 1 all-time favourite Bond film. I love this film. It's the 40th anniversary film, which means there's loads of references to the previous 19 peppered throughout it. This is my VHS copy, so you can see a bit of dates because I've watched it so much. It still works as well. It's kind of 2002, and I got this for Christmas of that year. So there you go. This was my Christmas present from, I think it was my parents, actually, that year. So, there's the actual cassette tape itself, Die Another Day. And then the special edition DVD, Die Another Day. And then finally, the Ultimate Edition DVD of Die Another Day. Why is this at the top? It's the one film that I would literally just pop on and watch any time. It's probably the one Bond film I've seen the most times. It's the Bond film I find the easiest to watch. It's my favourite Pierce Brosnan film. It's my favourite Bond film, basically, of all time. I love this film. I don't think anyone's ever going to change my mind on that. Again, at some point in the future, now of course, the thing is, at some point in the future, I may come back to you and say, you know what, no. You know, For Your Eyes Only is now my favourite Bond film. But as of right now, this is my number one pick. I love this film. I also, this has probably got this has got probably my favourite Bond villain in it, Gustav Graves. Because the reason he's my favourite is because they did a very clever thing. I'm just sort of showing you that now because I'm going to get killed. But they did a very clever thing with him, where he actually started out the film as one character, and then through a very convoluted process, became somebody completely different. So yes, that is my yeah. I know I'm going to get terrible flack for putting Die Another Day at the top. But you know what? Like I said in the beginning, my list, not yours. And you know, it's my list. It's not the right list. You know, it's not the right list or the definitive list. It's just my list. You know, and that's it. And yeah, got nothing more to say on that really. But there it is. There is my ranking of all 25 official James Bond films. And just before we go, I do very quickly want to show you my DVD sets, because they are sets, and the only reason I haven't done one of these in its own video is because it's so mammoth it wouldn't fit the frame, as we'll see in a minute. So first of all, my special edition DVD set of James Bond. There you go. This is the special edition DVDs. It's got 007 embossed on the top of the lid, and then on both of the sides, and then that's got nothing, and the very base. The base has a sticker on it. It says 007 gun symbol barrel, gun symbol logo. No, just a warning sticker on the bottom. And then if I hold this here very carefully and I open this up, you can see inside are all of the special edition DVDs. Don't drop it, Jamie. Don't drop it, Jamie. Don't drop it. From Dr. No all the way up to Die Another Day. So, blooper reel, except there isn't going to be one. That's just going to be left in the video. So yeah, that's the special edition DVDs. And then my Ultimate Edition DVD set. This is the one that is so mammoth it's not going to fit the whole frame unless I'm right the way back with it. Here it is. It's the Ultimate Edition DVD set I have. It's the Ultimate Casino Edition. It's very heavy. And I'm going to turn the lid off and show you a little bit up close if I can. It has all of the Ultimate Edition DVDs in it, going from Dr. No all the way up to Skyfall, even though this is actually only supposed to go up to Casino Royale. And that's why in the middle there you can see, actually I'm going to take this out to show you individually, in the middle here you can see we've got poker chips and playing cards that are exact replicas of the ones in the Casino Royale film. So, yeah. That just sits right there in the middle, as you can see. And there's all the Ultimate Edition DVDs again. And then I'll show you one more time with its lid on. This thing is monstrously heavy. There you go. If I can get it far enough back, it might all fit in the frame. Yay! Try to put a little bit more. Fits in the frame, and and it's knackering my wrists so up, and I wasn't going to put it down now. Jesus, that's heavy. That's heavy. You ain't kidding, that's heavy. Blimey. I do also have all the Bond books as well, but I won't show you that in this video. I'll leave that for another video I've got planned. It's called The Evolution of... I'll tell you about the video. Another video I've got planned, Bond theme, it's called The Evolution of Bond. And the Evolution of... It's basically going to go... I'm hoping to try and have all the Blu-rays before I do this video, but if not, then I'll do another edition of... I'll do a second edition of it with the Blu-rays added. But it's usually going to be a case of showing how the Bond books went from book to VHS to Special Edition DVD to Ultimate Edition DVD to Blu-ray. I'm not going to bother with 4K. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, again, as I've said, this list, my ranking list, isn't the right list or the definitive list or the be-all end-all list. It's just my list and my personal opinions. And personal opinions are like arseholes. Everybody has one and they stink. In theory. So, until next time, be kind to one another, look after one another, like what you like, love who you love. And basically just, take it easy and I'll see you in the next video.